Hi everyone, it's Christian Butzek, your Vancouver Realtor. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about pre-sales. It's a very active market right now, and I want to make a few suggestions on what you can do to get a pre-sale unit. It's tough, it's hard, I know, and it's very, very busy. I'm going to share some anecdotes with you in this video. And I want to start right now in South Surrey, a townhouse project. I was talking to a colleague and he was relaying this story of this townhouse project that he was selling. And this was just before Christmas. He saw the market really start to pick up. And his boss, the developer, said, let's raise the prices, crank them up. And in a period of 2 months, they went from $619,000 to $665,000. That's almost a 10% jump in less than 2 months. Folks, we're seeing that 10% jump repeated in all the other pockets of the greater Vancouver area, whether it's Burnaby, Langley, you name it. So that shows how busy it is. Now, fast forward, just 2 weeks ago, I took a client. We were out in North Burnaby, a brand new tower, very reputable builder, launching. And they were in that initial 2-week previewing phase. In pre-sales, you have a 1 to 2 week previewing phase. What does that mean? What that means is the developer wants to invite realtors and their clients into the sales center, take a look at the show home, look at the floor plans, the layouts, get familiar with the prices, and at that point, if my client is interested, you fill out a request form. And afterwards, the developer will then allocate units based on the request form. Now, I want to pause there. Think about that for a minute. You need to fill out a request form. It's like an application for a job, except this is an application to buy the unit. You can't even write an offer. You're applying to write an offer on the unit. So that tells you how busy the market is. And by the way, if you're ever in that situation, and you'd want to be with you're only going to be in there with an agent, but you don't want to grind the developer on the price, specifically the sales team on the price, right? You want to be open. You want to have maybe write down a bigger budget, say that you're open to floor plans A, B, C, and D. That way you get a phone call back, right? So those are a few things you can do. If you want more, you get in touch with me, and I'll of course, we'll guide you through it. Now, a few other things. Same development. I talked to the sales team later, and they told me they had, for one unit, there was 23 floor plans available. They had 130 applications for 23 units. The next door unit is about the same amount available. They had 80 request forms. Over 200 request forms for about 50 units. Folks, it's a hot market right now, and you won't learn that by reading the papers or MLS listings. I share that with you because when I'm on the phone with realtors and sales teams, I get this intel, and I'm sharing this with you now so that you can see what is going on inside the market and how active and busy it really truly is. And the market needs time to work that way. I mean, 150 of those people left empty-handed. They're going to run off to the next project and the next project after that. So don't expect the market to cool off, and not for the next several months anyway. Now, a few other things. Just touching on this is, and again, this comes from a good close friend of mine who is in who works in pre-sales and is in the pre-sale team. And just to illustrate how tough it is on the sales teams as well. You may have a sales team of 3 people, and that's the case with my good friend here, and they're launching a tower project in Surrey. They're going to be selling out a whole tower, more than 250 units. There's 3 people on the sales team. How are you going to get their attention right? How are you going to make sure you get in the door and you have a chance to write on one of the best units, best floor plans in the building? Well, you need a really good agent, right? And the sales teams, they don't have time to spend, several hours with a client or on the phone. They are under the gun because their boss, the developer, is under the gun. He may have taken out tens of millions of dollars in loans, maybe hundreds, and they want to get that tower sold fast. You better believe it. So what you want to do, if you find a project you really like, you want to get in early. You want to get in that previewing phase. And ideally, obviously you could contact your agent, you can contact someone like me, and I'm happy to arrange that for you. See, developers always see clients working with agents as more credible. It gives you credibility. It says to them, this person has a relationship with a realtor. They have that education, which usually takes 20 to 50 hours, right? They're outsourcing that to us as buyer's agents. It saves them time, money, and effort. So that kind of hits one point, right? You might have a small sales team selling an entire project. It's, you want an agent representing you in that on your behalf. Finally, last snapshot here, the market. Let's move on over to Metrotown. Very big, long-time builder here in Canada, probably the biggest, and they just launched one of their projects near Metrotown. Thousands of requests to come in and look at the pre-sale center, right? The show homes, the floor plans. They were inundated with so many. They have now stopped showing the pre-sale. You cannot go into the pre-sale center anymore. It's gotten that busy, and they're just sending out emails saying, okay, you can apply for owner to write on tower number 2. So that just shows you how busy it is. There are other projects coming up. I know BOSA has one coming up in Metrotown too, so get in touch if you want more on that. But that just illustrates how active we are right now, that you have sales centers being closed to the public because these guys are being overrun, okay? So if you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below or give us a like or just subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.